Et on ira aussi jusqu'en Indonésie pour rencontrer le professeur Rohmin Daouri qui nous livrera son expérience en la matière. Est-ce que Monsieur le Ministre est avec nous?
Bonjour.
Ah, Monsieur le Ministre.
Bonjour.
Bon. Bonjour, Monsieur le Ministre. On vous entend.
Bonjour, bonjour, merci. Je voudrais tout d'abord donc saluer l'ensemble des présents et les remercier pour leur...
On va aller en Indonésie tout de suite à la rencontre du professeur Rohmin Daouri, qui est professeur-chercheur à l'université IPB à Bogor, en Indonésie. Il va nous parler de la vidéo, je vous propose de la découvrir.
Excellencies, distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May God peace, blessing and mercy be upon all of us. Good morning in Morocco and good evening in Indonesia. First of all, allow me to thank the National Agency for the Development of Aquaculture, or ANDA, the Ministry of Agriculture, Maritime Fishing, Rural Development, and Water and Forest of Government of Morocco for inviting me as a speaker at this highly important hybrid meeting, the Morocco Marine Aquaculture Forum. It is indeed a great pleasure and honor for me to share my experience, expertise, and knowledge in aquaculture science, technology, and development at this forum. The title of my speech is Designing a Mutual Coexistence between Aquaculture and Other Coastal Activities Toward a Sustainable Coastal and Marine Aquaculture Development. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest challenges facing human civilization in the 21st century is how to provide the ever-increasing human demand for food, clothing, medicine, housing, water, energy, minerals, and other human needs in our planet Earth, where its capacity to produce those human needs is very limited. As natural resources on land or terrestrial ecosystems are declining or more difficult to develop, then the role of aquaculture in providing food and supporting sustainable economic development will be increasingly more pivotal and strategic in the future. Considered marginal compared to capture fisheries or fishing until the 1970s, aquaculture started to develop rapidly from the 1980s. With 60 million tons produced in 2006, aquaculture now represents 60% of the aquatic living resources in the form of fish and other aquatic species production destined for human consumption. Meanwhile, the production of fish from captured fisheries in both marine and freshwater ecosystems has reached its peak in 1980s at around 100 million tons per year. In other words, we cannot increase anymore the production of fish and other aquatic biota bigger than 100 million tons per year without jeopardizing its sustainability. Currently, aquaculture is indeed the fastest growing form of food production sector on Earth. Excellencies, distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen, by definition, which is a production of fish, crustacean, mollusks, invertebrates, algae, microbes, plant, and other biota through hatching and rearing in aquatic ecosystem, aquaculture can produce not only animal protein in the form of finfish, mollusks, and crustacean, but also invertebrates, microalgae, macroalgae, seaweed, and other aquatic organisms that contain or produce bioactive compounds as raw materials for functional food and beverages, pharmaceutical product, cosmetic, fiber, film, biofuel, and many other industries. For decades, aquaculture has also been producing sustainable pearl oyster and aquatic species for precious jewelry and various ornaments. In the last decade, China has been able to cultivate rice in marine ecosystem with average productivity of 9 tons per hectare per year. With the advancement of Industry 4.0 technologies, including digital technology, big data, blockchain, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, drones, robotics, biotechnology, and nanotechnology, I am highly convinced that aquaculture can produce almost every commodity and product needed by human beings on a sustainable basis. Excellency, distinguished speaker, ladies and gentlemen, aquaculture can be conducted and developed in three main aquatic ecosystems, namely marine, coastal, and freshwater ecosystem. As about 72% of our planet Earth are covered by seas and ocean or marine waters, then marine aquaculture or mariculture has the highest production potential compared to aquaculture in both coastal and freshwater ecosystems, such as rivers, lakes, and reservoirs. At this juncture, the choice of the National Agency for Development of Aquaculture, the government of Morocco, to give a high priority for marine aquaculture development is very much on the track. According to FAO 2020, in 2019, with production volume of 68 million tons or 56% of the world aquaculture production, China was the largest aquaculture producer in the world, while Indonesia was the second largest producer with production volume of 15 million metric tons or about 15% of the global aquaculture production. The third rank was India, followed by Vietnam, Bangladesh, the Philippines, Republic of Korea, Egypt, Norway, and Chile. According to FAO 2022, in 2019, aquaculture sector of Morocco produced about 1,600 tons of fish and mollusks, mainly sea bass, oysters, clams, and seaweed, which contributed only 0.11% of the total Moroccan fish production of about 1.48 million tons. Thus, a room for expanding marine aquaculture development for food security, people prosperity, and sustainable economic development in Morocco is indeed huge, or the limit is the sky. Excellency, distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen, the challenge for Moroccan government and people is then how to develop marine aquaculture, which is a productive, efficient, competitive, inclusive, and sustainable for the utmost benefit of Moroccan people and also the global society. To achieve such a vision or goal, besides aquaculture technical problems such as disease and an increasing price of feed, marine aquaculture development has also been confronted with spatial use conflict with other development sectors or human activities such as industry, mining, fishing, tourism, coastal construction, and transportation. In addition, various pollutants coming from upland and ocean human activities which end up in coastal marine waters have also been serious threat to sustainable marine aquaculture development not only in Morocco but also in other parts of the world. To address or overcome such a spatial use conflict between aquaculture and other development sector in coastal marine areas, we have to establish and implement a spatial coastal use plan based upon biophysical as well as socio-economic suitability. Moreover, we have to ensure that all development or human activities in coastal zone, upland areas, and ocean do not discharge waste into coastal and marine environment. This can be done by applying zero waste technology, zero emission technology, 3R or reduce, reuse, and recycle technology in all human and economic activities. Distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen, in a highly interconnected world, a nation or country in the world cannot work alone in overcoming its problems and realizing its development goals, including in aquaculture sector. As a long and friendly two nations, Morocco and Indonesia should strengthen and enhance mutual and win-win cooperation in sustainable aquaculture development. The potential areas of cooperation include education and training, research and development, joint innovation, investment and trading. Excellencies, distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope my speech and presentation will inspire and strengthen the mutual and respected cooperation between Morocco and Indonesia, as well as other interested nations in developing sustainable marine aquaculture development for a better and sustainable world. I thank you very much for your patient attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.